Okay, here it goes. I hope you can see and hear me okay. I have to talk quiet, people are in bed. Because I'm making multiple breads and pizza, I am doing more. So this is what I currently have in the refrigerator. I usually have a smaller jar, but I fed it to reactivate it. And so anyways, I'm probably gonna use maybe half of this to feed more starter to make bread. I will probably put this in a smaller jar, and depending how much is in there, I may just leave it like it is or feed it tomorrow to make it grow to have as a base. So I'm gonna cut the scale on. I don't have an exact amount of starter I use. I just kind of just pour it in until it makes me happy. That doesn't really matter. First I stir it. Just stir what's in here already. And then I just pour. I may just do like 60 grams of starter. Oops. Okay, ended up being 85 grams, which is great because I'm using a lot of flour and water, so that's how much is left. All right, so again, I'm doing multiple breads and pizza, so I'm going to do 450 grams of water and 450 grams of mixture of flour of wheat and white. So pour my water in. This is from the sink, city water. I could use my filtered water. That's with bread. I just haven't been doing that. I mean, sometimes it's more. It's not a big deal. I just, as long as I have that much, I get it. It's just going to be 460. All right, 460 grams of water. And I'm using a little bit of whole wheat flour just to give it some nutrients. So I'm going to start over. It's going to be equal parts, 460. Let's give a little, oops. Got flour everywhere. And this is just regular all-purpose flour. Again, you can use bread flour, you can use whatever flour, just not self-rising. Okay, I paused it while I added it so it wouldn't be so boring. So, I have my starter, my water, and my flour. I'm just going to stir that really good. And obviously this is the bigger dish. This is from Walmart. I had it for a very long time. You can use any, and sometimes I use like a big mason jar like this, but this is still bigger than this. And this is easier to get starter out of and to clean. Just start really good. Get all the flour off the sides, clean the edges. So I'm gonna keep stirring and I'll cut it back on. And I do try to clean the edges up. I have a spatula. Try to clean it up as much as I can. It's not a big deal, but I'm a little OCD. Clean off the small spatula I was using. This actually came in a 2-pack a long time ago. My favorites. So clean that up. And what I do now, I always keep a paper towel or something on the counter because when this gets on the counter and dries, it's like cement. I get a piece of tape, or you can use a rubber band or just a marker, and I'll mark where it's at so I have an idea how much it's grown. And now I've got stuff all over my hands. So I just mark it, and I have a cloth I put over it. You can do a paper towel, you can do like a cloth napkin. And I got these a while back. It's a little cloth from Amazon. It comes in different sizes. But then I also just put this on. It's not tight, it's just a lid, so it can still breathe and everything. And I leave it on the counter until the morning. Sometimes early in the morning or mid-morning, it's gonna be up to here, and then I will start getting whatever the recipe calls for out of here and make the breads and or the pizza. And because I only have a small amount of this left, I'm gonna pour it into this jar. But this time, I'm gonna weigh it to see how much is in here. Haven't done that before, I'm gonna do it this time. So I'm gonna weigh the remainder of this sourdough. That's fine. Still a good amount. Like I said, all you need is a very small amount to feed, to grow sourdough. The more you have, the faster it grows, I think. So I'm gonna put this in here. I'm not gonna refeed this today. If I feel that I'm gonna make a lot more bread in a couple days, I will refeed it to make it get bigger. But like I told you, there's a lot of recipes I wanna try that requires just this, not fed. So unfed sourdough starter. I don't ever get rid of this. I keep it. A lot of people discard it or whatever. I don't. I keep all of my sourdough. I give it away or I make bread. So that's all I do. So this is 273 grams. I was gonna mark it just in case I care for future reference, because sometimes I need to know. So I'm gonna put a lid on this and put it back in the refrigerator. When I want to make bread again, I'll just use a little bit of this and do what I just did here, and maybe just feed it. And sometimes I have some left over, like I don't use all of it, like it's a little bit left in here, so I'll put it back in this jar and put it back in the refrigerator. So hope this helps, James.